Welcome to the Scandal Podcast. I am your hostess, Jaha Knight, and I am joined by the A team today, ladies. So that is Katrina Pavela.
Yes. Hi. I'm a little bit distracted. I almost said to you, Jaha, don't come to me first. Don't come to me first. Because I was like, I'm trying to fix this. I don't even know where I'm looking. I'm like, yeah, so, all right, let me get off that. Somebody else, and then come back to me.
Olivia.
Hi, Olivia Linden. You can find me at olivialinden.com or vialinden.com.
Elde'a.
Hi, Elde'a Harris. You can find me at Janet Tamara Fan on Twitter.
I am Jaha Knight. I am an author and a professional speaker, and you can find me at jahaknight.com. And we have Katrina. See, we stalled long enough.
Yes. Katrina Pavela. You can find me at katrinapavela.tumblr.com for all of my scandal-related antics.
And today's episode is brought to you by audible.com. Get a free audiobook download and 30-day free trial at audibletrial.com/Jaha Knight. Over 150,000 titles to choose from for your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or MP3 player. For you, the listeners of the Scandal Podcast, Audible is offering a free audiobook download with free 30-day trial to give you an opportunity to check out their services. So to download your free audiobook today, go to audibletrial.com/Jaha Knight. Again, that is audibletrial.com/Jaha Knight for your free audiobook. I don't know who is. Somebody has the most cute bird just twerping out there. Y'all hear it? I don't know. Y'all can't hear the bird?
That's me. I have the window open.
Oh, it's like,
I hear the bird.
It's a happy bird.
Oh, no.
So are y'all ready to talk about No Sun on the Horizon?
Let's go.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so what were your three big moments? What were your three big moments? We'll start with Elde'a.
My three big moments was Jake as a whole. Him finally getting to see him do something besides just be in a scene with Olivia.
And eat hamburgers.
And eat hamburgers. That was a big. I thought the interaction with women was really quite funny. So I was happy about that. My other moment was Sally. I mean, I always knew she was kind of very crazy, but now she's just batshit crazy. So that was a moment. And then the Fitz and Olivia moment, obviously at the end. Anytime they have a moment in the Oval, it's a moment. So.
They're always memorable.
So what were your three big moments, Olivia?
Okay, so Jake and Liv having real pretend sex.
We're not even going to go there. Katrina,
I'm ready to get my hair done.
We're going to go there. We're going to go there. We're going to go there because I'm going to talk about this later.
I know you will. Ready. And then Liv admitting finally that there is no big house and jam making to be had. Like them finally having that conversation, whether it is ever going to happen or not, just coming to the realization that, hey, this may not happen, and we need to, wake up and smell the roses that are dying all around us. And then Cyrus, when he was reiterating how much he loved James, I knew, I was like, there's more to this.
Oh, of course.
This is bad. This is bad for someone. This is not good. So those are my three.
What were your three, Katrina?
My three were the Fitz's debate prep, actually. I really like the way that scene was done because there's this moment where Melly's playing Cyrus. Melly is playing the role of Sally.
He's probably going to play Cyrus, though.
But everything Fitz was saying could apply to Melly as well.
Yes,
and you saw this moment that she was kind of...
Yes.
Are we
when she looked at him, she was like,
are we talking about me? So, yeah, so, I mean, I thought that was so well done. And then there was the flirting with like her and Andrew, and I was like, cut it out. And Fitz was doing a good job. So, I mean, I enjoyed the scene like all around. My other one was oh my God, the opening scene with Sally, she lost her fucking mind.
Oh
like
my
the
God.
piggy stuff. I was
What?
like, oh my
Oh, what is happening?
I didn't even know what was going on, to be quite frank. I was like,
Right.
what?
No, it was awesome. I was like, oh, dear God. But somebody already said that one. So, Olivia laughing at all of the ridiculousness of it all, you know, with like 3 murderers, standing for president, which is just really an extreme, sort of moral hyperbole, right, on the show. Like, obviously, that's not really in the realm of reality, but it's
we
not
hope.
to be so literal, right? Right. We hope. We don't know,
Right.
We get protected from shit. And because it's like, it was just a moment where, like, if you don't laugh, like, you'll just cry at the whole thing.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And then my other scene, Olivia, you already mentioned the Oval Office scene. So my other one was actually the scene with Olivia and Jake when he comes to her apartment. Because for me, it highlighted, like, the difference between what she has with Fitz and what Jake thinks he has with her. It was just perfect. And it was like, that scene was juxtaposed with the scene where she calls Fitz. Like, that came immediately after that scene. So I thought that was really well done.
Yeah.
Well, I had a couple of big moments. You all touched on one of them, which was when Cyrus and James were together, and Cy was telling him. Actually, I liked the moment when Cyrus figured out there was a bug.
Yes, I like that. Yeah,
I was like,
That's
oh,
hilarious.
oh, like, James, you dead. You so dead. He already knows now that you're ridiculous. And then Olivia being honest with Fitz, I like that. That was my big moment, because I'm like, is she going to lie to him, or is she going to tell him the truth? And she opted for the truth telling, so I appreciated that, because I felt like this is how a mature relationship is supposed to go. And then when Jake asked Olivia to run away with him, and instead she gave him her body, which I kind of feel like in the big scheme of things is more like she's just giving him, she's pacifying him. But I don't understand why she has to do that.
Let me tell you guys something.
Please.
My theory is that these two people are like, you know how, I imagine them almost like they're in a bed, like sleeping with one eye open. Like, I don't think she trusts him, like, really, and he doesn't trust her, really, but he tries to play her. It's why I think the writers give him these, like, ridiculously cheesy lines, like, run away with me, Liv, save me. And then in 303 at the end of Mrs. Smith, and she's like, how did you get out, right? How did you get out of the hole on B613? She's like, nobody gets out. And he's like, I was in that place, and, your face saved me. You saved me. And I was like, gag me with a fucking stick. Like, are you kidding me? Like, this can't be real. This dude tries too hard that it can't be real. Like,
that's
not
interesting, because I have a different take on it. I think the reason she tries to pacify him is because Jake is her out. Like her dad, when he said to Fitz, Olivia is Fitz's out, Jake is her out. That's why she said to Fitz, there is no Vermont. She keeps him around because she feels like Jake is her out. Like, if it doesn't really truly work out with Fitz, she can just go be with Jake.
He's a maybe on the side, right? But she doesn't. Right. No, I agree with that part. I agree with that part too, because obviously that's part of the why. Like, she can't really trust him. It's like he's almost like he's her fallback guy. But the thing is, like, he's far from normal, right? It's why they have burgers and shit, because that's supposedly, this is what normal people do who work at,
it's
like,
all pretend.
Exactly. Yeah. That's the pretend part, right? Including him being her pretend boyfriend, and they have pretend sex that's, like, occasionally real.
But also, look, that's also why, like, at the beginning of the episode, they had him having that monologue, and then in the, I think it was the middle or the end, where he was still talking about it. And
at the end, he was,
Yeah. So a gladiator in Harlem says, "Hey, 18, so good to see you all again."
Hi. Finally, we're here.
She said, "But can we have a moment of silence for Katrina's lovely hair?" What you gonna do, girl?
I'm gonna give y'all a little bit.
And then she said when Liv started cackling like a loon, I was nervous at first, but then she stood up to Sai and basically cut Sai loose to make it boom. Yeah, make it on his own. Boom. Love that.
Oh, yeah. I love how she stood up to him. She's like, I'm not getting involved in your bullshit.
Right.
With some shit you did.
And if you all wanted to chime in on the comments that we have here, there should be a Q&A button on the screen that you can click and say whatever you'd like to say in addition to the comments that we are making about the episode so that we can have your active audience participation. And today I am not in a dungeon. Can y'all believe it? I actually have color on. It's nice.
Awesome. Yeah.
So, okay, we talked about those things. There was no real case for this episode, I don't think. Do y'all think there was a case or no?
Well, not officially.
No,
the case was
officially.
just trying to keep Sally from confessing about the murder and having that whole thing unravel.
Right.
So what was a game-changing moment for you all for this episode?
Ooh.
Let me see. I had something done.
Where's my
I
game
think
changing moment?
the end scene, now, not because it was like an OMG moment, but again, because you get to see, it's nice when you get to see, a lot of times on TV, they have people who are criminals, and you never get to actually see them be criminals or be bad guys, especially on network TV. So I really like that we got to see Jake, like we know he is B613 now. There is no question about, is he kind of, sort of, did he get mixed up in it? What he kills people. This is what he does. He's not as crazy as So that was a game-changing moment for me.
Somebody had a theory that that David was B613. Was
David.
Yeah, someone said that, but
David's
No, David is the law.
I know,
David
that's
is
like
one of the very few people on this show that's you are supposed to be able to depend on for really sticking to their morals, or even if they have to do a bad thing, it's for ultimately justice, like he did when he betrayed OPA to try to get the Citron card back, right? Last season. And Sally is supposed to be the same way too. And we could talk about that later, but that moment at the end, I think it's all a ruse, and we'll see what happened.
We'll see.
The game-changing moment for me was actually Olivia in Cyrus's office, because I think she had this, like, I don't want to say awakening, because I don't know that she's been asleep. Sometimes I think when she indulges in this kind of like fantasy world of what she and Fitz could be, she likes to take a little nap. And she, and she has to wake up to the fact that, she doesn't have Fitz's privilege in many ways. Not to say Fitz is, Fitz doesn't have emotional hardship like he does, but she has to be the one to like prop up his world so he can be Fitz, right? So he can stay in the castle and have his pretty dreams. And she realized that, in order for her, like, she doesn't have to go down routes that she doesn't necessarily want to go down, right? She doesn't have to go sully her hands again, even as she realized that there is no clean, right? When you're in politics, like, there's nothing that's completely above the fray, but it doesn't mean that you have to go to those dark, dark places. So it was a moment of trying to, like, hold on to herself while also not getting involved with people's bullshit, but also trying to keep her client, who is Fitz, safe. Because if the news of Sally came out, that would hurt Fitz's campaign. Yeah. Right? Definitely. Because he would get blamed for either negligence over his staff, not knowing what the fuck they're doing, or two, that he secretly knew about it. So either way, like, it wasn't going to be good for anybody. And she did the best that she could to try and, like, figure her way around that situation without killing anybody, offing anybody, or making things worse.
Well, that was not something that Cyrus shared. Gladiator in Harlem says, somebody help me out here. Why do they keep showing shots of Olitz from outside of the window? What does that mean? I thought the same thing when they were up against that window and she was explaining to him, all that stuff. I was like, why are they so close to that window? Are they crazy? Like, that people are looking for y'all to be in, they're looking to take photos and get proof that you are having an affair with Olivia. I thought that was kind of weird.
Well, there's two
Especially
things.
how they zoomed in on it, like, this is going to come up later.
Right. That part was weird, but there are legit reasons for them to be by the window. One is technical, and one is, in this episode, I think kind of tied in with the theme of the episode or the title. So one, that's their place that they go to away from the camera. Like, they go by the window.
Yeah.
They've been doing this since, 101,
Season 1,
Baby.
yeah.
The other reason was, like, for me, I thought it was because they were by the window in the daylight with the sun coming in and the curtains were open, and there was all this talk in the episode about standing in the sun, right? And she talks about standing in the sun, and she has a scene with Jake, and he's like, oh, it's too late, you're standing with him. And so at the end, she's standing there with him in the light, the sunlight coming in to the window. Now, obviously, them from the outside is a little bit worrying, but then I think it's the White House. It's not like that's the window and then the street is right there. Like, there paparazzi like on the lawn of the White House.
Katrina, telezoom lenses and all of these things.
I know, but still, the White House is pretty protected, right?
No, it's not. It's like the most.
How many times do you see out in the world random like long lens shots into the window of the actual White House? Like, it's like. No.
It doesn't
That's why there are snipers on the roof of the White House.
Those snipers ain't looking for telephoto lenses. They're looking for other guns.
They're looking for all kinds of shit. They're looking for trouble. Anyway.
I doubt if Barack and Michelle are like at the window talking about let's get it on. Like
at the window.
I don't know their life. You are right.
You don't know their life.
What was your game changer, Olivia?
I think the game-changing moment, not as far as them as a couple, but when Jake came back the next day or after their encounter thinking that it was going to be, all good.
Rainbows and teddy bears, huh?
And she said, I'm sorry. She made her little Puss in Boots face and the trembling, and he was like, oh, okay, so you sided with him. And then he just went off and kind of I think that set in motion how he was going to handle the situation with Daniel Douglas and his death and Sally and Cyrus and all of that. It's like that really shifted him into his official quote-unquote role and not this little fairy tale. Like, they could have this little covert sharing and caring relationship about the things that they did, because it was like he was stone cold after that.
Yeah.
So for me, it was just like you just kind of saw him snap into place after she rejected him for the millionth time.
She was like, "Didn't I just give you some ass, man? Look,
he had a job and he went to do it. Exactly." I said he has a job and he went to do it. I agree with you. It was like he finally realized, like, I've got a job to do and I can't keep, neglecting it or pushing it to the side. And you saw it with Quinn. When he went back to Quinn, he was like, "I have a job for you now."
But he did this, but he knew this last episode. He was overwhelmed last episode when they gave him that briefcase full of stuff that he had to then, figure out.
Right, but Quinn is the example. Last week, when things were cool with him and Liv, he promised her that he wouldn't have Quinn in the B613, right? That he would look out for her and that he would put an end to this. And now that he didn't get what he wanted, come on, you want to be B613? Come on, Quinn. As a matter of fact, I have a job for you.
Exactly.
Forget what Liv said. Everything that Liv said is no longer credible to him because she keeps going back and forth with him.
But Quinn is in his ear about that anyway. It's like the men here are so manipulated easily by the promise of sugar thighs and nonsense. It's like, okay, let me just give you some sugar thighs and now you're on my side. And then when I close my sugar thighs, you can't stay focused. I don't understand that. But,
I think it's the promise of like something better, something normal, something other than the draining kind of work.
Something that brightens up these dark,
that they
dismal lives.
But they can't be normal, and they chose those lives.
Right.
They can't be
That's
normal.
right. They did choose those lives. But we know from Olivia, chapter 1, verse 1, in Sweet Baby, we learned that she's not normal, right?
Why does it sound like a Bible verse? The one verse.
The Book of Scandal.
In the Book of Scandal.
And you know what's ironic? I've been thinking that a lot of this stuff, like I know Langston is an actor, so we talked about this last episode, but a lot of this is becoming a very Shakespearean. Have you all noticed that?
Yeah, I think it always has been.
Yeah, it's always been that way.
I never paid attention to that. Maybe I'm just dense, but a lot of Shakespearean. But go ahead, Katrina, what were you saying?
Oh, I forget what I was saying. Oh, no, I was just saying, from the very beginning, like, we learned this about Olivia from her own mouth, right? One of the few things we learn about her from her own mouth is that she is not normal, right? So she wants normal for everybody else. Go have your pretty things and your happiness. Don't try to make me have those things because I'm not normal. Even though she still, like, envies that and wants, like, a part of it. And she chose that life, right? That's the life that she is in, and it's almost like a calling for her. Like, her work, like, is pretty much who she is. Like, she defines herself through that. And, like, which is why she can never fully trust Jake, because she doesn't fully want that life. She doesn't fully want a life like with him. It's just not there. And she try to make it happen, and she realizes, like, this is some bullshit. Like, I can't do that. But in the meantime, she's fucking around with his life for real. And I think she should let him go. Like,
I agree,
because it's a little weird. Is in and out. You know, like she's just having sex with whoever she feels like it, but you are you're supposed to be committed to Fitz in a way, but if Fitz ain't having sex with Melly, so clearly he's only having sex with you. So to me, it's like he's not sleeping with Melly. Melly wouldn't. No.
You know what's interesting? Olivia has never brought that. That has never been an issue. Like with her, like getting on. Like she's never. Right, exactly. Which is, and this is what I love about the story, and I like to see how people get upset when she kind of, you know, opens her hen house for someone else to play in, which you just reminded Fitz and all of us that her hen house is hers. So what she does with it is her business. So she and Fitz are together, but it's almost like they have this understanding, like he can't request or command that she does anything, right? She brings up the fact all the time that you have a wife, but she never asks, you never hear her say or like get mad. Are you sleeping with Melly? Are you fucking her? Fitz was
fucking
messy. That whole time
but he's always asking her.
It's so messy though, because she just slept with him last episode.
Very insecure.
Last week, she just slept with him last episode. Now this episode, she's all on Jake's pole. It's nasty. I'm sorry.
I don't think it's nasty. I think she's a sexually liberated woman, and when men do shit like that, we do not have as much of a problem. I don't know if it's because we think the vagina is a pocket and it can get
it is not a pocket
up or like what? I don't know. Pockets can't get moist. I hate that word. I hate that word so much.
You hate the word moist?
Yeah. Whatever. Free your hen house, Olivia. I don't care. Just like stay your ass like committed to Fitz in your heart. Whatever the fuck you guys have to do and you call being together, I'm here for it. If it works for the two of you, fuck everybody else.
Gladiator in Harlem says Katrina has an excellent point about the window question, but remember the now classic 220 episode when Fitz earned Liv and she came to him on the couch with the kiss? Okay, I think I'm missing a piece of this.
Yeah, because
statement. What happened after that? Well, I
don't get the connection between.
I don't know where the rest of it is. Oh, continued. Here we go. There was a shot then of the two of them from the window kissing on the couch. I have a feeling that those window pics will resurface. Nothing is wasted on Scandal.
That's true. They keep shit like that because they might decide that they want to do something different with it. Or they might want to bring it in later on.
And we know there are photos because when the affair was exposed, they had photos from coming out of her apartment.
Right.
So someone was definitely there taking pictures.
Well, that was a video of some dumbass guy peeing in the background, but they found something, so they could use it for whatever reason. And you know how they love to have flashbacks and random things coming in, so who knows? So good point. Gladiator in Harlem could come back. We shall see.
What scene would you have taken out or extended from last night's episode?
I would have extended the scene at the end. Just
you just want to know.
Just a little bit more. I mean, I know he nodded, and finally, I love that scene because it was real. Like they both were actually on the same page. They weren't arguing a point that the other was conceding to, but still not understanding or still not getting. You know, they finally, he nodded, he understood what she meant. I would have loved to hear him actually verbalize that. But, I mean, the scene was great. I loved it. There was nothing wrong with it. But if I had to choose the scene, that would have been the one where I would have got just a little bit more out of it.
You know what, Olivia, just really quickly to that point, I don't know if you've noticed this about Fitz, but he's the kind of person to take something in, he processes it, and then it comes out at, like, down the line. He'll
Later
bring it
on,
up again like, when it's connected to something else. That's the way he operates. So I'm sure that that's going to, like, come up again.
Come back.
Yeah.
What about you, Elde'a?
For me, I would have extended the fake debate scene. I just wanted to see Millie was so amazing in that scene. I just wanted her Sally Langston impersonation to go on just a little bit longer. That was hilarious. And that could have been just a tad longer. I wouldn't have minded that.
I agree.
What was yours, Katrina?
My scene that I had it up here, that I would have, extended or taken out? I just had one that a part of a scene I would have taken out. I just take out that Olay kiss scene. I just don't like to see them kiss. And the line that like came before that. The whole, I know it was supposed to be like banter and like cute and not like too literal, but the whole if you get drunk tonight, I'm gonna take advantage of you.
Yeah.
And then
we knew she wouldn't like that
line back. I just don't like that line and its relationship to rape culture and all of that. So I don't like it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I get what you're saying about that.
Yeah.
Oh well, I didn't have one, so there you go.
There you go. Wait, you would have extended the Harrison scene, right?
There was none, and I was grateful. There was no Harrison scene. I'm like, this is what I'm talking about. When he is not, he is so. How do you say words? Superfluous to this. What are y'all doing? Cracking words. When he is not needed, he does not need to be there. So I was very excited that he was not in the scene. Somebody said that Harrison was missing because between Adnan Salif's legs, lost in her vagina. I was like, what? That's what they said, and I was like, oh, okay.
Maybe he's busy like trying to keep Clearwater from, Olivia from learning about Clearwater. Maybe he's trying to like clear his shit up.
Gladiator and Harlow said Quinn answering the phones at the fake paper company and losing fake customers.
Oh God!
No, oh my God! No, I love Quinn and her like
That was hilarious.
Yes, her receptionist with attitude shtick. Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah, it was funny.
Oh, this was one of her favorite moments. Love when Jake shot Cyrus down. This ain't no drive-through. Hitman. Right. Those days are over.
Right.
I was gonna do a meme on that. Didn't have time.
Gladiator and Harlem, you are hilarious.
She is.
So that was her comments. Oh, and she also said she loved debate prep Melly. She looked really good at the podium. Looking forward to her coming into her own. How you liked that too, didn't you, Elde'a?
I did. I love to get to see Melly be Melly, but in her full capacity, not being Melly pretending to be someone else. Just being Melly. She is a smart woman. She has a brain. She's not all evil, and I love it when they let her show that. Like she can help Fitz just as much as Olivia can. Just only they do it in very different ways. They have very different ways of doing it. So I love that you get to see her be involved and be a part of it, which I imagine was probably one of her stipulations if he ran again. She was like, I am going to be involved this time. You're not just going to put me in the corner and have me show up and, fake abortions. I'm actually going to do something.
Oh, Lord.
This time. So I love that.
Decision.
Yeah, it was her decision. Yeah. Which, by the way, she never brings up. She never goes, I faked an abortion for you, but she always brings up that she has kids for him.
Well, she did say in 307 that she's, the countless things that she's done for him or the ways she's shown up for him. So
the parts she's given up.
Things I have done for you.
And the parts of myself that I have given away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was she your MVP for this episode, Elde'a?
Millie, no. My MVP for the episode was Cyrus. He's just such an amazing actor. I think I could watch him read the phone book and I'd just be like, he just has a way about him of making you feel for him. And I haven't really liked Cyrus this season, to be quite honest with you. But this episode, I was like, yeah, that's the Cyrus I know and love. The conflicted guy who wants to do the right thing, who thinks that his job is to protect Fitz at all costs, even in spite of himself sometimes. Mm-hmm. And I love seeing that. That scene with James at the end was just, not even that scene, I think it was the scene before that when he said, no matter how this turns out, just knows that the best part of me loved you. I was like gone when he said that. I was like, oh. So Cyrus was my MVP.
I felt like James was gone when he said that. I'm like, James is going back. This is a goodbye speech.
That was so ominous, wasn't it? I was like, and he was drinking clear liquids when he said that. From the crystal decanter. I was like, no, this can't be good.
Who is your MVP? Okay, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. we got you. We got you.
And I tried to say it with your name. Katrina.
My MVP was Quinn this episode because yes, and I'll tell you why, because she was right on some shit. Like when Jake comes in the next morning, he's all like, "Dee, I got me some last night. I love him." Oh yeah. Thinking about rainbows and daisies and that.
Right.
Olivia are gonna go off together, and she was like, "Yeah, I peep you. Guess what? You're doing this whole thing for Olivia, like not letting me get involved. Why? Because you think she cares about you? Newsflash, she doesn't care about you. I bet she made you feel real special, didn't she? And that's exactly it. Like, she doesn't care about him in that way. She cares. I think she has, she cares for him, but not the way he thinks. Like, she doesn't love you like that, dog. Like, what? And this is what I'm saying to people. He doesn't know her.
He knows everyone knows she's in love with Fitz. If Jake really thinks...
He knows that she doesn't. Like, she's not in love with him, right? But he hopes that he's enough to kind of,
what kind of existence is that, to just be somebody's enough? It's like, get your life, dog.
A lot of people are just somebody's enough. And
there are people like that, though.
Right. Yeah, but I think he hangs around because he also, like Olivia considers Jake her out, he also is hoping that she'll settle for him. That she'll really settle and be with him.
I think it's more of a strategic move. It seems to be very strategic. I mean, not to say that he doesn't have any. He would like her as an ego thing, I think, to pick him. And, because remember, he has this thing for Fitz. He has this thing for not, being...
He always gets... he always gets what I want. Right.
So I think that aspect of it is but I think him being near her is more of an informational type of a situation, and just to be in the middle of everything, because look where it's gotten him. Look where, with her, quote unquote, trying to save him in the last season, and he's in the middle of everything now, and he knows that that's Fitz's weakness.
This is what I mean about using each other, because he's always trying to demand information from her, getting her to open up. Like, he wants to get to the deepest part of her above the waist in order to, like, be able to get things from her, manipulate her, right? But it's not happening because only one man has that access, and even that man still complains about not really knowing who she is, because she's a ball of dirty little secrets. So Jake is definitely not going anywhere, son. So like, stop. But still he tries, and this is what I mean by there's something else going on than some, like, extraordinarily bland attempt at romance.
Right, it's more to it, much more to it.
It's more to it. It's not that bland. I know a lot of people see it that way, and I'm playing a long game on this because all the shit that has transpired between them does not tell me that these two people, like, kind of just have this, like, stupid-ass friends with benefits, like,
their relationship. It just doesn't make any sense,
But if you, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
If you think about it, the stuff that he said at the beginning of the show, he was talking about how his family was not really family. They were just related to him by blood.
Right.
It has to mess with his self-esteem and his self-worth when you think about it. Because he wants something that he knows he can't have, but he still wants it anyway. And he's willing to allow himself to be used in various ways, even though he claims he's not. But he, you know, he's allowing Olivia to use him in certain ways. And he knows that she's using him. Like when he talked about being her beard, when he talked about not having second place to Fitz. But he always...
The White House Correspondents' Dinner, yeah.
Exactly. But he always shows up for her regardless because he still wants her to be his. So I think it's something with his self-esteem too, because when you think about the fact that he said that... they could murder me or something could happen to me and no one would know because I don't have any family. I don't have anyone. None of them have anyone. If you look at it like that, none of them really have anybody. So it's kind of like clinging to somebody because you want to have a connection. Yeah. Not even in the White House. Who does Fitz have? He don't have Melly because he don't want Melly. He got the kids, but we never see those kids.
No, he doesn't. You're right. He doesn't have it. I mean, he has his children. That's obviously there's Olivia, but father, but they don't have the best relationship, and I think she tries her hardest not to be like him. But yeah, a lot of these people don't really have anyone.
True.
Right.
Who's your MVP, Olivia?
Well, my MVP got jilted, but I still held on to the hope. My MVP was going to be Tom because I just knew he was going to shoot Sally, and I was so excited about it. I was like, yes.
That got me more excited than the end of the episode.
Then the end of the show, you have no idea. I was sitting there like, shoot it!
Shoot it!
Get it! Come on!
I was like, Tom, I love you. Do it. Do it now.
Didn't happen.
He didn't do it. So
you're wrong. Leave Sally alone.
I was like, she talking about crispy and what? You know?
I know.
Die, Piggy. I was like, kill this bitch, crispy Piggy. Kill her.
Piggy, die.
What did she even say? I don't want to hear any more of this nonsense. Kill
I didn't know what she was talking about. I'm like, did I turn to the right channel? This is weird.
There were a lot of pig references and biblical references in this episode.
Yeah.
Gladiator and Harlow says, did you ladies scream at the TV when Liv asked Fitz to throw the debate as a favor to her? I couldn't take it. Just lost it. Threw my fuzzy slipper at the TV. How many favors can this man do for her? I love you, Liv, but girl, stop.
But that was for him too. It was the only way.
It's for the Republic.
Was it?
For the Republic.
Who was y'all's least favorite character this episode?
Least favorite character.
Gosh. Least favorite.
He was in it like very, very for a very short time, but I wanted to say James for the like same reason I said James last episode because I knew he was gonna pull the shit. I knew it was gonna be. He was just mad. He wants to show Cyrus that he can get back at him. I'm like, you don't want to beat Cyrus down. You don't want him to go to jail. You don't want him to like die or any shit like that. You just want to show him that you are a real threat in your marriage and and to be taken seriously. I knew that was going to happen. But my real like least favorite character this episode was Rowan because I was like, okay, you're in this for like 30 seconds talking about I will fire you. I know it's a euphemism, but I'm like, this motherfucker hired you, and you're trying to wield power over him, talking about, Fitz upset the balance of power, which really means, like, Fitz upset me, Rowan, and the balance of power also means the influence over Olivia, right? Because he doesn't have that right now. Fitz does. And by Sally getting back in, well, he thinks, by Sally getting into office, that's his chance back to his position as command. So I was just like, Rowan, can you find something else? Like, I don't want to see you as command. Huh?
Rowan was your favorite?
Yeah, Rowan and his shtick was my least
you just don't
favorite.
Like Rowan.
No, I actually
for everyone.
Like Rowan. I do like Rowan for some things. I don't appreciate the way he talks to Olivia and that kind of image as a father. I don't appreciate it, but I understand why it's there and the bigger kind of like metaphor of it all. But he just makes me shake my head a lot.
Who was your least favorite, Elde'a?
Katrina touched on it. James, the flip flopping. I couldn't. I was like, I wanted to root for him last week. I was like, James, and then he's like, oh, I can't. I was like, I can't, just for that reason.
Y'all already know James is a
flip flopping. When you commit, you gotta commit. Like when you go to take someone down, yeah. But
no, not that.
You know what? I think if James knew how close he got to death the last time, he might have, done this a little bit differently. He would have went all the way to the end. James is a romantic. Everything he does is based off of an emotion that sparked the actions. So it wasn't a surprise when he, got excited and let it go basically when Cyrus apologized. But it bothered me, and he's also my least favorite character because I don't understand these characters that don't understand the magnitude of the realm and the sphere that they are operating within. You want to
joke.
You created this whole alter personality, Publius. You dug into the dirtiest of dirt. You found out this big secret, you ran with it, you wanted to do something with it, and then after you've gotten other people involved and have their lives in danger, me and my husband are going to work it out, I'm done, bitch, die.
Wow.
Oh, boom.
So you really want him dead at the end of the episode.
Olivia. High five on that. Because he did this the last time, right?
Yes.
Like, I'm just going to drop it. And it's like, you think that's the end of it when you say, I'm out? Like, me and my boo are going to bun up and, like, make up on this? Like, no.
This is not, I caught the neighbor having an affair, or I know who robbed the 5 and dime. You are talking about who rigged an election, who killed the vice president's husband. This is dangerous, serious stuff. And he's acting like a desperate housewife, and it's ridiculous.
You know what James acts like? The girls that when they have a boyfriend on Facebook and they get into an argument and they change their Facebook.
Yes.
That's what James acts like.
Yes. And then the next day they're back in a relationship.
Yeah. What?
Get out of here.
Second argument. Yeah. So what were the best quotes that you all pulled for this episode?
Wow.
I
Charlie.
don't know.
Wait, we sell paper for real?
And that's when Quinn was like, look, nobody else had to do no dues. Look.
No, she gritted on him. She gritted on him immediately after he said that. And that was also part of the best moment. She's like,
yeah.
She's like, why am I doing this shit? Hey, you get some work.
Ain't nobody in here ever sold no paper. Yeah. Get out of my face.
Did you have one, Olivia?
When Jake and Cyrus were speaking, and he says, you were small. You have no idea how the world really works, and I don't have time to explain it to you. And, I was just like, okay, yes. All right, let's do this. Because somebody needs to... not because it's Jake or whatever, but Cyrus has been on a basically hitman issuing spree for the last however long. Every time he has a problem, his way of solving it is to kill someone.
Yeah.
And,
Just get rid of him.
He didn't murder James, though. Yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
And then when Liv was trying to get Fitz to throw the campaign, and he was like, I cannot believe this. I'm surrounded by people who have completely lost their minds. I really liked Fitz in this episode also. I don't know what it was.
I did too.
I really liked him in this episode.
Yeah.
Feeling him. Feeling Fitz.
It was strong in all of the scenes.
What were your quotes, Elde'a?
Liv's quote when she was talking to Cyrus, when she was like, Fitz, Sally, Reston, they're all murderers. It's literally murder's row. That was pretty funny. Any Cyrus quote is always quotable.
Yeah.
I really love the Cyrus quotes. The David quote about him and Abby in bed when he was like, "What would Olivia Pope do?" What and he
That was one of my other ones.
Yeah, that those are mine.
Did you have another one, Katrina, outside of those?
Oh, when Leo near the end was talking to Cyrus about the way he threw the debate, and he was like, honestly, it gave me a political Woody the size of a Louisville Slugger. Dying.
Yeah.
What moment or character could you all relate to the most in this episode?
I didn't really have anybody this episode that I
Me either.
identified with.
Not really, because I've never killed anyone or committed crime. But I could relate to Quinn. I could relate to Quinn in the sense of wanting to excel at a job.
Yeah.
And people not giving you the opportunity to show that you can do it. Because like that's all we ever want in life is opportunity. I don't expect a handout, but I just want the opportunity. I could relate to that when she was like, "You won't even let me show you what I can do or show you what I have to offer." I could relate to Quinn in that sense.
That's a good
You know
point.
what? To be honest, when he was having that monologue, Jake was having that monologue, I kind of thought he was talking to Quinn, and that's why I was like,
I thought
eventually they're gonna show Quinn's face, but I don't know if he was. I think he was talking to us in a way, but also talking to someone. I don't think he was just talking to himself.
Yeah.
No, I don't think he was talking to himself at all. I thought, like, I wondered who it was, and then after they showed Quinn at the desk, I wondered if at some point, because sometimes they'll show a scene at the beginning that's related to something later in the scene. So I was wondering, was he, after he then told Quinn to go ahead and do that job, I'm like, were you then officially inducting her into B613, or were you talking to someone else that, is going to be reveal? He doesn't strike me as the type that would sit in a dark office like talking to himself.
Yeah.
So he was certainly talking to someone. But the person that I identified the most with this episode was actually Olivia. I love that she was just kind of in this big mess and was able to, this time around, make it different. Having some new information and old information and sifting through all of that and figuring out how she was going to navigate forward, and also being a team with Fitz, which is what he wants, but the kind of team that she wants to have with him, right? The kind of team where she doesn't have to like compromise herself so much to do it. So I don't know. I had a lot of feelings for Olivia this episode.
What if, and I'm sorry, I'm harping on this, but 3 people were missing out of this episode. What if Jake was talking to Adnan, Maya, or Harrison?
Or Huck.
Huck wasn't missing.
He was skulking. He didn't say
words,
but he was
that's
there.
True. Yeah.
Huck is already in
He's
B613. So,
yeah, that's true.
So
I thought about Harrison. That's funny that you say that. I did think about Harrison.
Because maybe he wasn't hiding in Adnan's pooch. Maybe he was being inducted into B613.
I doubt
Which would be really crazy.
You doubt it? I kind of don't.
I doubt it.
Because all of these options are being taken out of his hands, Harrison's hands, because Adnan is now there. So maybe he wanted some protection so that he could now do some things that he wasn't able to do with Adnan, especially considering Cyrus is now on the other side of favor when it comes to B613.
I just don't see Harrison doing something that disloyal to Olivia, and so far he's the only member of OPA who hasn't gone there yet with her, but I think it might be his time.
Yeah, I kind of
because his back is against the wall. So
yeah, his back is against the wall now, and we're gonna see what he's going to do. And I think this is my theory, that he is the only member of OPA with whom she's had probably the longest kind of acquaintance. I feel like they've known each other since school days or something. I don't know why. Like, I just feel like she's known him since at least college or law school or something. But we'll see. I don't know. But,
and then the fact that she helped him, whatever his situation was, and he didn't disclose everything to her.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's a point of contention between them coming up.
Right.
So what were your favorite tweets from last night?
I don't have any as usual.
I have about 3.
I just got one.
I have that.
I have 2. I think one was someone tweeted out that Liv is a straight homie hopper.
Wow.
Liv, she smashed the homies.
Yeah. And then actually Josh Molina tweeted out, he said, got a message from my pharmacy saying they needed to talk to me. In a panic, I called them back, and they just asked me whether David Rosen was shot.
Wow.
So those are my 2 top ones.
What was yours, Olivia?
JC Fernandez or at Obi Wanka. Any Pound Scandal fans needing oxygen after that, please remember to keep your mask away from Fitz. Rest in peace, Myrna.
That is hilarious.
Rest in peace, Myrna.
Rip.
One of mine was Joe Morton. He said, if my daughter, Carrie Washington, had listened to me and taken that plane, she would be walking in the light and feeling the sun on her face. So
That's right, the island you wanted to drop her off on.
Then somebody asked Bellamy, they said, where the heck is Melly as all this scandal is going down? And this guy said, his name is Matt Mitovich. He said, off having more eye sex with Andrew, probably.
Yes.
Gladiator Kell said, Quinn shot the 2 reporters. Jake came up and shot Quinn. James and David are alive. Boom, declare it. Who got shot?
You know what? I wanted to talk about that end scene, too, because, yes, I don't think that Jake, shot those
I don't
2
think so either.
women.
No.
And I think he shot whoever shot
Was
them,
shooting,
not David or James,
Right.
because he pointed the gun and then he moved it slightly to the right of, I guess it was David's head that was sitting there. But I thought about that too. I thought about Quinn. I was like, oh, was she trying to finish the rest of that job because she went to OPA, stole those papers? Which, side note, Olivia, can you get a new the
most
code? Yes.
Safes.
Right?
Because David already busted into that safe,
Right.
the end of last season. Let's get a new thing.
Yeah.
I hope she at least changed the combination.
That's like her apartment. Anybody can get in. It is true.
Oh my God, I'm going to be sad if Quinn got shot. Hopefully he shot her in the leg or something.
No!
Not unless she was doing a high kick.
But there were two different guns, because you know that those 2 girls got shot. It was a silencer on that gun.
Yes, it was. Yes.
Yeah.
And Jake's gun was completely different. When it fired, it was just like a regular gun. So we shall see, but that is a good theory that it might have been Quinn.
And wasn't it this show where someone was meeting somebody in an alley or something? I can't remember, because I'm thinking that it was this show, and then no, that might have been.
It was this show, Jake.
It was? Okay,
yes.
yeah. And somebody came up behind him and helped him.
Right.
Yeah. Fitz had a guy who was tailing Jake. And protected him from one of his, I don't know if she was a former military person or something, someone he was in the military with.
Oh, yeah.
She was gonna shoot him, and the guy came from behind and shot her.
Yeah, because I was actually thinking it was Castle. I'm like, is that on Castle? Maybe I'm on the wrong show. Okay, yeah. So yeah, how do you think that this episode is going to serve the show's larger plot? Did I stump y'all?
Yeah.
Well, let's go back to the clothes. What was the favorite outfit from last night?
Nothing stood out to me last night either.
Yeah, I didn't have any fashion moments.
The only thing that really stood out to me was people on Twitter were commenting about how they're not even really trying to hide Carrie's pregnancy. It's like, we all know she's pregnant. Let's just look past it. People were pointing out, they're going,
she's putting her Prada bag in front of her.
The coats are bigger, but they're not doing it. There were certain angles where you were like, baby, like when she was sitting on the couch, her boobs were hanging out. It's like, that was like the fashion thing.
I didn't catch
pointing
that
out
show.
that they weren't doing anything to disguise her pregnancy.
Which I don't care. I'm fine with it. Like, I don't want any
You know what I
plans.
like, though? I like the fact that we're not seeing any baby sex. Like, I don't know. I know.
Yeah, the kissing is hard enough for me. I don't know if I could handle.
Yeah. We saw baby sex. She was pregnant when they, bombed in Vermont.
Yes,
that's right.
Oh,
yeah, but her belly is in the way now. Exactly. I don't even know how they would be able to do this.
I don't want to.
Well, they weren't going to show you the belly anyway. They did it very creatively. And for
it was
the Vermont scene. Look, if she's gonna be I don't care if it's belly sex.
She said I do.
No, you want to see some pregnant sex?
I don't. I don't want to see pregnant.
Like, no.
I am freaked out with my
like, you're not listening to me. I said I do not.
You ain't seen nothing.
It drives me nuts. I'm like, I don't want to know about your titties in a baby's mouth. Like, please don't tell me. I don't want to hear it.
Oh, my God.
I don't want to know nothing about your titties. I'm just, just the pregnancy.
Come on.
Out. It's
I just hope they settle on one person for her to kiss, because I wasn't, I mean, I don't know. Yeah. It's just, I know it's a show, but it was very hard for me to watch her kiss both of them so close.
Yeah.
Just, she just had sex last week with Fitz. That's what bothers me. Katrina said free vagina for all, but I just kind of feel like
I didn't say vagina for all. That's her vagina.
With a side of sloppy toppy, that's just nasty to me.
Determined, you get some vagina.
Now
whether she's using her vagina for business or pleasure, that's up there.
Who's the
business or pleasure?
I'm just thinking.
It was pleasure. This one is business. Yes, it was business because she used it to hush Jacob. He started talking about his feelings, talking about some save me, run away with me. She's like, let's have sex now.
I know what'll make you feel better.
His light-skinned feelings.
I know what'll make you feel better.
Jake and Drake sound remarkably
Let me finish my wine first.
I know she's like, hit me
drain
again.
her bottle. Oh, okay.
My real question this episode is, the number one burning question I have is, what's in a double Lincoln burger? Like, what would be in a double Lincoln burger? Like, seriously, I was thinking about that. Like,
are
all
y'all
episodes.
Serious? Really?
Yeah, I'm serious.
Well, that's a very good question.
Is it?
It is. I don't know.
It is. I want to know people out there.
You know what? It did make me very hungry when she was describing.
Now I'm hungry. That's why I'm like, really? Y'all really had to go there?
It made me hungry. I was like, what? I want somebody to come to my house with some burgers and some wine.
And double cheese fries.
I'm good on all of that.
Fries,
Yeah. She was like, let's get drunk, let's eat a lot. I don't want to talk about shit. Life is hard. Let's just veg out.
Since y'all didn't have an answer to the question of how this episode will play out in the whole thing, Gladiator.
Because we didn't want to answer it.
Well, Gladiator and Harlem said, I think that this episode will reset the arc of the entire show. Olitz is now reset. Melly will be reset. Jake reset. It will be new show vibe going forward, I think. So that was her thought.
Vibe. Well, I don't know about that. I think
we can all agree, no matter who got shot, it changes the show. Whether it was James, whether it was David, whether it was Quinn, no matter who got shot, it's
maybe it was Charlie. Remember the freelancing comment?
Maybe we don't care about.
Yeah, right. But like whoever got shot, it's going to change the show.
Yeah,
it's going to change it. So.
It might have been Charlie. Did y'all not hear me? Am I speaking into the
we don't care.
Yeah.
She said we don't care. Dang, Elde'a.
She was like, Eldea's like, did you hear me? Whoever it is going to change the show. Charlie and Kevin.
Yeah, it could have been Charlie. Whoever it is.
Donna asked if you all think that Olivia had sex with Jake. Of course, Donna. Yes, she had.
Yes, Donna.
Yes. She did. You missed that girl.
I know. Thank God we didn't have to see it this time around. Thank you very much for saving us from that, because, yeah, I'm not here for it. Let's just insinuate. So I'm glad at least we didn't have to see it. So, yeah, technically, I don't owe you guys a haircut because we didn't see them have sex. So
No,
that was not the stipulation. You cannot do that.
I want my Malaysian in Atlanta on my doorstep.
I already did it. I gave myself a little trim for the little trim that Jake got
I'm going to tweet
last
Shonda
night.
Rhimes right now.
Where is our hair? See, Katrina's playing
where
these
is our
games.
hair?
She's playing these games.
It's here. I cut off like a little bit for you guys. I showed you.
What is that? Is that a lip ball?
No, what's a lip ball? I did.
It's like a strand.
I'm cutting off
single
like
strand.
That is not enough to cover our
I
scalp.
cut off like. Look. I did. I cut off like.
Oh, this is hilarious.
I cut off more.
That's ridiculous.
No, I need a haircut like anyway, so I'm.
She's
just, like,
holding it like
right
this.
now.
Anytime you got to hold something like this, whether it be hair, penis, whatever, it's not that big. Like, you can't do nothing with it. Nothing. Okay,
right.
so I know
what was
I always talk about Sally's box brown. She was so crazy last night. I didn't even know what she had on. She could have been butt naked talking about here piggy, and I would not have used it. So
Sally looked good last night. I mean, I don't think there were a lot of like.
Sally looked good.
Yeah.
That's interesting. It's interesting.
I mean, she was still in the morning, so she was wearing black or very dark colors.
Right,
the whole,
right.
How can you be in mourning?
episode.
You killed your husband. You murdered him.
No, the devil
No,
did
I
it.
have
The
never called
devil came in.
in.
The devil came in. The devil came in. You have to say it 3 times.
Stand your ground.
Yeah, remember, she didn't do it. I do have to say, I like the way they portrayed Sally. You know how normally not normally, but and sometimes we can think of Sally as being a little crazy or dangerous, as I like to say, because of her faith and the kind of things that it lets her believe in and the ways in which it lets her discriminate.
She's Tea Party crazy.
Well, in this episode, I liked how really they showed that she actually becomes unhinged without that faith. It really shows how important it is to her because she like now that she doesn't have her husband, her God is her someone to hold on to, and knowing that she has disappointed this God and he's like deserted her and not here for her made her deeply depressed, on top of what she did to kill sort of, the only person or one of the only people that meant anything to her. So I kind of really felt for her, and I liked the way that was portrayed in the episode.
And now that you say that, I do have an MVP. Why do I always say that? MVP for this episode, and it would be Fitz. And I never really jump on the Fitz bandwagon, but it would be Fitz because I felt like he did take that moment of pity on her, and he let her have something that he really wanted. So he was grown up, Katrina. He was grown up, girl. He was like, I feel like I'm the only adult here. I was like, what? Are you saying these words, Fitz? That's crazy. Right. If you all have anything to say about this episode, please make sure you click on the video and comment on the question and answer app that is there, that link, because we are about to wrap up the Scandal podcast. So go ahead and get your last comments in so that we can share them with everyone else that may be listening.
Am I the only person who gasped and made loud noises at the end of the episode? Like,
no, you're not. I did too.
No,
because I was like, no, you did not kill David, or who the fuck did you kill?
Right.
What's going on? Somebody is dead, and I don't know who it is, and it's going to change something because it must be somebody that's like significant. And I know there are people who are like, they just want to have shock and awe moments, and I really don't think that that's necessarily what it's about. Yeah, they get to have like some marketing shit like off of that, but I don't know, this show keeps me entertained, and at least once per episode my jaw does drop, and I am shocked, because I decided like a long time ago, like, I don't want spoilers. I don't want to know shit that's coming up, and I don't indulge in a whole lot of speculation talk because I like to keep it fresh for me in that way. Right. And I value my viewing experience and what I get from that. So my jaw was on the floor. At the end.
I was yelling out. I had a hand out. I was like, whoa, whoa. I was like, I didn't know who I was reaching out to.
Reaching out.
Elizabeth, I'm coming.
I was like, oh, God. No.
You clutch your pearls.
It was a bird. I couldn't. My hand was extended to the TV.
Her hand was in one hand over
Oh,
her.
and congratulations, Olivia. I totally forgot. She had her release for Forbidden Fruit.
Yes.
Oh, that's right. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Did you
Yeah, I
do a
started
little
reading the
dance?
first installment of Sophisticated Ladies finally. So I'm reading that right now.
We got to do a giveaway. Next, we have to organize. I want to give some stuff away. So next episode, we need to.
Ooh, giveaway. Yes.
Yeah.
Advertising.
We have
That'd be
2
fun.
weeks to organize a giveaway. I'll give some books away or something.
Yeah, I like that. Elde'a, did you have any final thoughts, Miss Lady? Elde'a is like, I'm playing with my hair. I'm waiting for my Malaysian.
I know. I am. No, I'm really sad. We have, 4 episodes left? I'm not looking forward. It's going to be a long summer. I thought last summer was long, from April to, I don't even want to think about it. I'm just tired.
She's just depressed, Elde'a.
Like, I just don't even want to think about it.
I am.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have anything else to share. I'm waiting for the next episode, and we'll see how that goes. Oh, we may have a guest on the next episode. We'll see how it goes for the B-side panel. So I have to tell Langston so he can approve. No, I'm just playing. But I have to tell Langston. So we'll have two guys on the next episode. Langston,
Nice.
Guys, so that'll be interesting.
Very
It'll be fun.
Definitely check out Olivia's new book. Her new
Forbidden Fruit, Volume 1. And my story is Secret Obsession. But
This is a short story
it's
about
hot.
that.
It's romance.
It's a 10 novella box set. So they're all short erotic stories. And I've been reading the other ladies' stories, and oh my God, I was up until about 2 o'clock in the morning last night. I was like, what? Hot. Some hot
What
stuff.
do you consider short? Like, how many pages is short to you? Like,
I don't know. I'm a word person, so it was a minimum of 15,000 words for the story. So some are 15,000, some more. So it's about an average of 7
pages.
chapters.
Okay.
So
15,000 words is more than 40 pages, I would think.
Is it?
yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Wow.
45. And about there.
So that is
Alright.
all for the Scandal podcast. I will put the links to your short story and the
Thank
compilation
you.
box set, because that's what I was trying to say, box set, but I couldn't get the words out of my mind. 'Cause I'm
You will be
tired.
alright.
But yeah, thank you all for being here. I appreciate y'all so much, because y'all just don't know.
Aw.
That is this episode of the Scandal podcast. Bye, you all. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye,
See you guys.
guys.